Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. We present this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8 o'clock. And it's recorded and put on our website for people around the planet who are watching from other places. I'm Lama Tashi. The purpose of the class is to present the Tibetan Buddhist teachings in a way that people can easily do what is most important, practice. Practice simply means to study and train and meditate. The training is by the guidance of a Lama. The Lama has special training in what we call the two natures of mind. The relative nature, everybody is aware of. We call that the relative mind or drama mind. The other innate nature of our consciousness is clear of that. And so it allows us to obtain higher states of awareness, which simply mean higher states of intelligence. Now, a lot of people confuse the word intelligence with smart, being smart, having high IQ. The smart applies to the drama world. Intelligence is based on awareness, of a different kind of awareness than the one that everybody has about the relative situation or the drama mind. So these classes are structures so that people that want to are drawn to the Dharma and want to practice can move away from the drama mind into the other awareness that of course is innate also, and obtain liberation from all the pain and suffering caused by the judgmental thinking mind. So we start with these practices of mind training with taking refuge. Now, taking refuge is necessary because, first of all, it helps us to be on the right path to accomplish liberation for ourselves through these practices. But more importantly, we start to move into a state of awareness that doesn't have boundaries, doesn't have a center, doesn't contain the I, me, mind, selfish consciousness. And we do that by, first of all, generating the motivation. We say altruistic, which simply means we apply this motivation to every sentient being, every animal, every human, and every spirit in the entire universe. And that immediately takes us into an energy field of infinite awareness. And I'll read that prayer. For those of you that have the refuge sheet, we can do this part together. In order to attain enlightenment, for myself and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now all together take refuge and when possible offer prostration. Then I'll chant that in Tibetan to communicate it to the spirits that are in and around us so that they know that we are interested in their well-being. Dag dang jowa nam ke ta dang yang pe sem shem tam che du di ne jung te ji si zheng chu ning po la chi ki bardu. Then we take the actual refuge of the three jewels and the three roots. And this prayer in English goes like this. We go for refuge to all the glorious holy lamas. We go for refuge to all the yidams who are the deities gathered in our mandala practice. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these possess the eye of transcending awareness. In Sanskrit, that prayer we can chant together. Alden Lama Dampa Damla Chapsu Chio Yedam Chokor Gilatso Namla Chapsu Chio Sanjay Chodende Namla Chapsu Chio Dampe Chur Namla Chapsu Chio Palpe Gendu Namla Chapsu Chio Kawo Kandro Chokyo Sume Sho Yiche Ki Shendong Dempa Namla Chapsu Chio. Namla Chapsu Chio means we all together take refuge in the three jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and the three roots of Tantra, Lama, deity, and protector. Then we move into the Bodhisattva training school with prayer of bodhicitta, mind of bliss. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the six Bodhisattva disciplines, called the six perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Sanjay Chodam Chuki Chodam La Jang Chu Bardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jen So Ji Pe Chodam Ki Drola Tenjer Sanjay Chupar Sho. Bodhisattva training based on the six perfections are first of all generosity is the first discipline. And when we train in that, we train in both the relative and ultimate levels of awareness. Then the second is morality, which includes ethics and good manners. And we train the same way, both on the relative and ultimate levels, which all six of the Bodhisattva trainings are done that way. The third is patience. The fourth is diligence or perseverance in these practices. The sixth is meditative concentration, single-pointedly training the mind to hold its focus on one thing. And then we introduce the mental state of, we say, imagination, visualizing, with that process of focusing so that we can more quickly move out of the drama mind into the space of absolute truth. And that's the sixth discipline. Directly moving your mind into states of spatial awareness or voidness, which is the foot of meditation and the theme of all of what we do. Recognizing that the mind and the energy field that the mind presents is an illusion, including the idea of a self or soul and the whole universe. And the head of meditation is, because the Lama is pointing that out and how to use that information, that we must have honor, respect, and greatly be interested in the Lama's well-being. With devotion, the more devotion to the teacher, the more progress and beneficial your practice. So understanding voidness and devotion to the teacher, then the heart of meditation is actually performing the practices with the advice of the Lama. Generosity, morality, patience, perseverance, meditative focus, and developing insight. When we start with these practices, most of us interested in our personal well-being or doing some kind of religious or spiritual practice. That is called the Hinayana, or the ground vehicle. But when you connect to the Dharma, you start to move from the Hinayana, which in India was called Hinduism, into the Mahayana. And the Mahayana connects you to the sutra and tantric texts called the indestructible practice of Vajrayana. Now, with the accomplishment of these three yanas, yana means vehicle, and with the devotion to the teacher, absorbing through these practices and also receiving empowerments in the deity yogas of the peaceful and protector deities, then you move into the three kayas. Kaya also means vehicle, but it means higher or more awareness of blending the void nature of your mind and everything with devotion and respect to the Lama. By doing these practices, the Dharmakaya evolves. Now, the Dharmakaya is the all-pervading nature of your mind as a bodhisattva. And the Dharmakaya involves all of the deity yoga practices, peaceful and protector, which is called the bliss energy vehicle of luminosity. And then that is in Sanskrit is the Sambhogakaya. And the Dharmakaya and Sambhogakaya originate in the mind of the Lama as loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight, all in place. And those three kayas blend into you and your body, speech, and mind. Training in that, become that. And once the Dharmakaya is established, then the ground nature of the what we call the Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana, working through all of the body, speech, and mind practices, elevates or moves into not just higher states of awareness and understanding, but higher states of intelligence. How to use that for everyone and for the world around us, our environment. And so with that, we'll start the practice tonight with meditation. And since we're coming into the full moon energy period of this season, we're going to do the 3 lights meditation and the 5 elements healing. And combine these 2 practices, not only for training in meditation, but also to start to understand the spatial awareness aspect of our mind and the world around it. And at the same time, produce healing energy in our body. So sit with your back straight, head slightly tilted, hands in a comfortable position, on your knees or in your lap. Eyes softly gaze, half open to the space and light directly in front. Mouth closed if you can, breathing through the nose. And bring your awareness, your focus to your breath. And for a few breaths, just inhale. Be aware of the diaphragm expanding. Exhale, diaphragm contracting. Then bring awareness to your breath, imagining the air which possesses the 5 elements, filling your lungs with white light on the inhale. So inhale. Then the middle breath is the absorption breath of the energy of the elements through every cell in your body. Imagine red light flashing through your body. Then combine these 2 codes and exhale blue light out the nose as a powerful healing breath to all beings inhabiting space. Again, inhale white light, fill your lungs. Red light absorbed through every cell through your body. These 2 breaths together out your nose as blue light to space, like the sky. Count 21 of these 3 lights method. When you reach the 21st breath, take your focus off the breath. Collect the three lights into one and create a tiny point of light in the center of your chest, in what we call the heart chakra. Think of it in the central channel of your life force. As you focus on this point of light, of the three lights, think that it is connecting to the infinite light of boundless space. And sit present and simply contemplate space. No meditation. What you are contemplating or entertaining is the infinite energy which composed of everything in the universe, including your thoughts. Then again, collect the light into a tiny point in your heart chakra, and with your imagination expand it to a small sphere of clear light. And as this sphere is imagined to grow, it changes into one of the 5 elements symbols for the 5 element healing meditation. And tonight we're going to, because of the nature of the practices, we're going to choose the element water, which is visualized as a blue sphere of light about the size of your thumbnail in your heart chakra. Then with your imagination, bring this blue sphere out in front of your chest and up before your eyes, 2 feet in front. Then, using your imagination and focus together, imagine it to grow in size large enough that you can see your physical body just as you are, sitting inside this blue sphere labeled water. The healing energy of this element water, which has many properties, is combined with the other 4 elements as they are not separate. But when dealing with certain modalities and the application of symptomatic healing, the water element energies are stressed, emphasized. Then continue the practice by imagining this blue sphere of light to grow in size, to completely encompass an area of your practice, city, enclosing your city, town, or about a 50-mile diameter inside the blue sphere. And all the healing energy that was applied to your body applied to that area and the beings in it. Then expanded in size to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. The next stage is to visualize it increase in size to completely enclose our solar system, which is billions of miles in every direction. Then imagine to grow in size to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then move beyond your conceptual boundary and again imagine it to merge with boundless space. Be present and contemplate spatial awareness. It has the properties of your natural mind of being open, clear, and vivid. And since you are imagining it, you have created what is called the essence of everything, the Dharmakaya. Then move from that dimension by again imagining the blue sphere to enclosing just our galaxy. Condense the energy field to just enclosing the solar system. Smaller and smaller till the blue sphere just encloses Mother Earth. And smaller yet to just enclose this, we visualize it enclosing just this island of Kauai and surrounding ocean. Then all of that energy, as you reduce the sphere to just enclosing your physical body. We do know that everything and everyone in the universe is interconnected to us. Then finish the practice by again imagining the sphere to its original small size in front of your eyes. Bring it to chest level and into your heart chakra. Shrink it to a tiny point of light merging with the infinite light of the all ground of space. And simply be present, no meditation. Again, contemplate space. Finish your practice by bringing your awareness to in front of your eyes and expand it into your area or place of practice. Then dedicate the virtue of this practice, healing practice, to the benefit of all beings. This dedicating of the merit of a virtuous practice means taking the energy of it and sharing it with infinite sentient beings, as if each and every one was your mother. Which they are. And this limitless application can be done over and over many times through the day outside of your formal practice. When you're eating, working, playing, going to the bathroom, gardening. Always dedicate whatever you are doing mindfully as not only an offering to the lamas and the spirits of the practices, but also to the spirits, animals, and humans in the world around you. The light goes to the teachers and the symbols. The actual performance, the pleasure, the energy, and so forth, to the spirit world, animal world, and shared energy to the humans around us. That's Bodhisattva training. Now tonight we're going to move into the Mahayana practice of Vajrasattva. Vajrasattva is actually entertained in the energy field, which is the antidote to aversion, which includes the worst of all human afflictions, anger. Rage, and other terrible emotional energies that mark the mind and harm the body and are a cause of ill health, not just pain and suffering. So the Vajrasattva practice is the Aksobhaya Buddha field. It is called mirror-like wisdom because purifying the mind sets up an energy field where any harmful or damaging effects of the outer influence to your body and to your mental continuum are reflected. Like an empty mirror, which means the mind is not emotionally conflicted. And that's its true state. But because of the habitual harmful tendencies that we've carried with us from uncountable previous lives to this life, we need to purify those mental tendencies and what they do in our body throughout the light system, energy system of our human form. So we entertain or meditate using Vajrasattva and in union with one of the 5 elemental Dakini. Vajrasattva is usually visualized white, and whatever Dakini energy, red, white, green, blue, or yellow, as the Dakini in union, your choice. And those Dakini energies correspond to the 5 elemental practice that we just did. So the color code corresponds to the elements. Red to fire, blue to water, yellow to earth, white to space, and green to air. Your choice. Then Vajrayogini is the female consort in union with Vajrasattva. 2 arms in union, sexual union, sitting. Both have 5 jewel crowns. She has a lotus seat, and both of them on a lotus, sun and moon disk, and surrounded by spheres of 5-colored light in a natural setting. They originate from the seed syllables hum and the codes mom for the Dakini, with the Vajra and bell above your head, like this. Then the Vajra and bell become the male and female. The female is the bell. And wherever the Vajra sign is where the seed syllable is, mom and home. Then light goes out from those symbols and those vibrations to all the lamas and deities of the 5 Buddha families, and then back into the bell and dorji, and they become Vajrasattva and Vajrayogini. I'm reading from the text. The upper and lower garments are silks of 5 colors. He wears a 5-jewel crown and other peaceful ornaments. On the crown of his head is the top knot sits the Buddha Aksobhaya. This is the Buddha field of the Dharmakaya, which is the all-pervasive nature of voidness permeating space. It is a symbol of wisdom mind that purifies anger, aversion, and hatred. Their bodies are adorned with the 32 major and 80 minor marks of the Buddha as the Sambhoga light energy bliss body, which is the nature of all the deities. Their bodies are clear and emits immeasurable light. They are insubstantial like a hologram or like a reflection of the moon in water. The symbol of the 5-jewel crown that they wear is the symbol of the 5 elements and the 5 Dhyana Buddhas. Dhyana Buddha means light vehicle Buddha field. In that way, the 5 elements and the 5 Buddha fields, energy fields of our practice, are incorporated into the practice. Then through the transmission of Om, Ah, and Hum, the body, speech, and mind of the Lama draws in the body, speech, and mind of all the lineage Lamas, from Shakyamuni Buddha, all those lineages down to the present day, into these 2 deities with Om, Ah, and Hum. The Om penetrates your mind, body, the Ah, your speech, and the Hum, your mind. And these 2 together, 3 altogether, are the form of the practice. The main healing energy is Hum. And this seed double is creating this energy field, which is all pervasive. That's why it's called the Dharmakaya. When you visualize the 2 deities in union, the Hum and the seed syllable and the Dakinis, we use the seed syllable Mom, those 2 cause the 100-syllable mantra coiled like a snake or like a spring, connecting the heart chakras of the 2 deities. And as you sound the mantra, it fills their bodies with light. And from their place of union, that light enters into your Uma channel towards the back of your head. Down the central channel fills each area of your body with healing energy or light. Head, throat, heart, navel, sex chakra, then your whole body. As this takes place while sounding the mantra, all the negative energy presented to your body by your emotionality of thought start to clear. And this comes out through your orifices of eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and lower orifices onto the surface of your body like sludge. And as you keep sounding the mantra, it sluices off into the earth and becomes nectar for beings in the earth, spirits and animals. So that's the visualization. And that's how you visualize this purification taking place in your body, so that all the results of the negative energy program that has been locked into your body, it starts to dissipate, move out and down into the earth. When you chant this mantra, all of the lamas, all of the deities, peaceful and protector deities, and all sentient beings are called into the practice. So this mandala has no boundary, but it includes all of the heavenly realms, demigod and goddess realms, deprived spirit realms, hell realms, and all the human and animal realms wherever they take birth on planets, anywhere in the universe. All are the deity, Vajrasattva, Vajrayogini, in your practice. Then sound the home 10 times. Visualize it in your heart center. Om, om, om. That's for your body, speech, and mind. And 4 times to bring those together into the practice. Om, 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 om. Then the results of this become the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya energy fields that permeate all the realms throughout space. Om, om, om. Then you focus in the hearts of the deities, the 100-syllable mantra, filling their bodies with light, and sound the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manubalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Drido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvar Siddhi Memtra Yatsa Sarvar Karma Sutsa Mem Sitsam Shriyam Guru Hom Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Tattva Kanta Vajra Mame Mus Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Then return to the deities. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Drido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvar Siddhi Memtra Yatsa Sarvar Karma Sutsa Me Sitsam Shriyam Guru Hom Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Tattva Kata Vajra Mame Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva When you end with the that's the infinite light of boundless space. It's the sound of the energy of the bat. Together with the vibration of your speech, sounding the mantra. Again, Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Dri Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvar Siddhi Memtra Yatsa Sarvar Karma Sutsa Me Sitsam Shriyam Guru Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Tattva Kata Vajra Mame Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Sita Jito Mevawa Sutta Kayo Mevawa Supo Kayo Mevawa Anuratu Mevawa Sarva Siddhi Memchayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sissa Shriya Guru Om Ha 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 Om Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajrabhava Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Ninopa Tikta Srido Mebhava Sutto Kayo Mebhava Supo Kayo Mebhava Anurakto Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Memchaya Sarva Karma Susame Sissam Shri Akuru Om Ha 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 Om Bhagavan Sarva Tathaka Vajramame Musa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Tikta Jito Mebhava Sutto Kayo Mebhava Supo Kayo Mebhava Anurakto Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Metta Yasa Sarva Karma Susame Sitsam Sriyam Guru Ho Ha 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 Ho Sarva Tathagata Vajrabhame Musa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Dinupa Tikta Jitava Sutto Kayo Mebhava Supo Kayo Mebhava Anurakto Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Memchaya Sarva Karma Susame Sissam Sri Akuru Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajrabhame Musa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva So you keep your focus on the practice of the purification of the light energy of the deities from their place of sexual union, entering your body, forcing all negativity out through the orifices and the pores, and all of that down into the earth as nectar. Om Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Tikta Jito Mebhava Sutto Kayo Mebhava Supo Kayo Mebhava Anurakto Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Memchayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sissam Sriyam Guru Om Ha 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 Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajrabhame Musa Vajrabhava Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Tikta Jito Mebhava Sutto Kayo Mebhava Anurakto Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Memchayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sissam Sriyam Guru Om Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om. Again. Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Tikta Jito Mebhava Sutto Kayo Mebhava Anurakto Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Memchayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sissam Sri Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajrabhame Musa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Tikta Jito Sutto Kayo Mebhava Supo Kayo Mebhava Anurakta Mevawa, Savar Siddhi Mentaya, Savar Karma Sutsame, System Shriya Guru Om, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan, Savar Tathaka, Vajra Mame Musa, Vajra Bhava Ma Samaya Sapa, Om Vajragani Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Nenopa Tikta Sutukayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuratu Me Bhava Sarvar Siddhi Mentaya Sarvar Karma Sutsame Sisam Shriya Guru Om Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Vajra Mami Musa Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Sutokayo Me Bhava Subokayo Me Bhava Anuratu Me Bhava Sarvar Siddhi Mentayasa Sarvar Karma Me Satyam Shriya Guru Ho Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Tathagata Vajra Mame Musa Vajra Samaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Monopa Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sarvar Siddhi Mentaya Sarvar Karma Sutsame Sutsam Shriya Guru Om Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Tathagata Vajra Mame Musa Vajra Bhava Samaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Jita Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sarvar Siddhi Mentaya Sarvar Karma System Shriya Guru Ho Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Vajrapala Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tikta Jita Me Bhava Sutokaya Me Bhava Supokaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sarvar Siddhi Mentaya Sarvar Karma Sutsame System Shriya Guru Ho Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Tathagata Vajra Mame Musa Vajra Samaya Sattva Now try to remember also as you're purifying your own situation of negative tendencies that all sentient beings are doing this practice with you and saying the mantra with you. Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Nenopa Tita Jita Me Bhava Sutokaya Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sarvar Siddhi Sarvar Karma Sutsame System Shriya Guru Om Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Tathagata Vajra Mame Musa Vajra Bhava Samaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Jita Me Bhava Sutokaya Me Bhava Supokaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sarvar Siddhi Mentaya Sarvar Karma Sutsame System Shriya Guru Om Ha Ha Bhagavan Sarvar Tathagata Vajra Mame Musa Vajra Bhava Samaya Sattva Also, if you can, Aksabhaya Buddha is above the heads of the two deities, the source of the mirror-like wisdom that purifies anger, hatred, and rage. And he enters into their mandala with the sounds Hung and Mam. Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tito Jito Mevawa Sutokaya Mevawa Supokaya Mevawa Anurakta Mevawa Sour Mentayasa Sour Karma System System Shriya Guru Hom Bhagawa Sour Tathagata Vajramami Vajrama Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Meva Sutokaya Meva Supokaya Meva Anurakta Meva Sarva Siddhi Sarva Karma Susame System Shriya Guru Om Bhagawa Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Meva Sutokaya Meva Anurakta Meva Sarva Siddhi Manchayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriya Guru Om Bhagawa Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Meva Sutokaya Meva Supokaya Meva Anurakta Meva Sarva Siddhi Manchayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriya Guru Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Meva Sutokaya Meva Supokaya Meva Anurakta Meva Sarva Siddhi Manchaya Sarva Karma Susame System Shriya Guru Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tita Jito Meva Sutokaya Meva Supokaya Meva Anurakta Meva Sarva Siddhi Manchayasa Sarva Karma Susam System Shriya Guru Om Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva With awe, it's all released down into the golden earth, available to all beings, nagas, spirits, and as nectar. Then you return to the deities, the home in the mom. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Meva Sudokaya Meva Supokaya Meva Anurakta Meva Sarva Siddhi Manchaya Karma Susame System Shriya Guru Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Sutokaya Meva Supokaya Meva Anurakta Meva Sarva Siddhi Manchayasa Sarva Karma Susam System Shriya Guru Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya
Vajrasattva
Denupa Tikha Jiro Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Metta Yasa Sarva Karma Susami Sisa Jaya Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramami Shibava Masa Maya Sapa Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinupa Tikha Jiro Mebhava Sutokaya Mebhava Supokayo Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Sarva Karma Susame Satam Shriyam Kuru Om Ha 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 Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sapa Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Tikha Jiro Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Metta Yasa Sarva Karma Susame Isam Shriya Guru Sarva Tata Gata Vajramami Musa Vajrabhava Mahasana Sampa Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Dinupa Tikha Jiro Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Metta Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Shriya Guru Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sapa Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Dinupa Tikha Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Shriya Guru Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sapa If you're counting the 100,000 recitations of Vajrasattva and the 100,000 short mantras, you can say the mantra faster and maybe even do it by a clock. We say 3 rounds of the mantra on a mala is 1 hour on the clock. And the recitations can be said like this. Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Dinupa Tikha Jiro Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Metta Yasa Sarva Karma Sisam Shriya Guru Ha Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sapa Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Dinupa Tikha Jiro Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Metta Yasa Sarva Karma Sisam Shriya Guru Ha Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sapa Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Dinupa Tikha Jiro Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Metta Yasa Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Shriya Guru Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sapa Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Dinupa Tikha Jiro Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Metta Yasa Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Shriya Guru Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramami Vajrabhava Vajrasattva. However many long mantras you say, then you do as many of the short mantra, which is Om Vajrogani Vajrasattva Mam Hum. 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 Om Vajrasattva Mam Hum. At this point, the deities meld into you, and you become Vajrasattva Vajrogani. And the short mantra is connecting your two heart energy centers together. Om Vajrogani Vajrasattva Mam Hum. And you imagine all beings of 6 realms, these two deities. Om Vajrogani Vajrasattva Mam Hum. 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 Starting with your mother in front, and all your relatives, and all the humans, all the animals, and all the spirits, all the 6 realms become the mandala of Vajrasattva, Vajrayogini in union. Om Vajrayogini Vajrasattva Mam Hum. 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 Om Vajrayogini Vajrasattva Om Vajrayogini Vajrasattva Mam Hum. 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 Vajrayogini Vajrasattva Mam Hum. Vajrayogini Vajrasattva Mam Hum. Then you collect all sentient beings, all your mothers as Vajrasattva, Vajrayogini, into you. You visualize as your body is purified by the elixir of the awareness of the mantra and the visualization of the practice. By this elixir, all enlightened bodhisattvas are the deity. This body looks like now a transparent container, which is white, blazing with light. Then you think that the Buddha Aksabhaya is pleased by your practice. Then all of the 6 realms, sentient beings, as these two deities enter into you, then you fade into the mantra energy in your heart chakra, and Vajrayogini merges into Vajrasattva with the Mam into the Hum. The Hum disappears into space. All your harmful deeds, obscurations, and transgressions are purified from this day forward, all from the past up to this present moment. Your body, speech are not separate from the body, speech, and mind of the deities. Then there was the sound ho in the 100-syllable mantra, and the sound ah. These two sounds are the sounds of the energy of voidness, like space. And that is the energy field of the Dharmakaya of this, we say, the Vajra realm of indestructible energy. So you stay present in your mind and disappear everything into space through the heart chakra, the home, the five-colored light, all the mantra sounds, all the deities, all sentient beings. Their pure nature is like space. No meditation. Simply stay present, open, clear, and vivid awareness. In this state, you are naked. Nothing to add, nothing to take away. Simply be present. The accomplishment stage of the deity is sitting in a state of relaxed awareness and penetrating the state of we say the nature of the Dharmakaya, which is the all-pervading nature of the essence of your own mind, pervading everywhere, connecting to everybody. And here in our retreat, we have been practicing from two books, the accomplishment stages of the practice, using the Book of Perfect Clarity. And I'd like to read just one page out of this book. We also use the book Vivid Awareness and Lama Book Vincent's book, The Story of All of It Simply Said. Those three are our guides for daily and night practices. It says, all of the points in these books point directly to the nature of mind in the tradition of all the old realized one. And this was written by Mipam Dorji, Lama Mipam Dorji Rinpoche. Homage to the Guru and Manjushri Vajrasattva. Without having to study, reflect, and train extensively, by simply maintaining mind's essence through the tradition of the oral instructions of the Lamas, which he's referring to the one that teaches the simplicity of the Kusulu, Gangchar Rinpoche, and Trangru Rinpoche. An ordinary being, or yogi or yogini, can, with minor hardship, arise at the Vajradhara levels of supreme siddhi or accomplishment. That is the power of the profound path. When your attention is allowed to center naturally, without judgment or thinking of anything, you can maintain this constant state of fullness, and through the experience, a neutral and indifferent state of mind that is vacant and blank might arise. But as long as the insight of knowing is present, then that will evolve into the more profound state of awareness of the essence of mind. When we are able to stay in that state, we think of it as slipped into the state of the Dharmakaya. And then three profound words of training are presented in the Book of Vivid Awareness by Lama Gangchar Rinpoche, of being open, clear, and naked, and using these three code words to describe the Dharmakaya as the vivid awareness state you are entering into without leaving anything out. In other words, every situation that you might consider detrimental, harmful, or not helpful towards your practice, you bring it into the practice. Sickness, disease, pain, suffering, any emotional predisposition, anger, lust, jealousy, bring it into the state of the Dharmakaya and disappear it. Just by focusing on that particular negative energy. So if it's sickness, you bring the sickness to the path. And in this way, you transform these into their true nature of emptiness. So to help with this, we have what is called the preliminary practices of Nungdro. And tonight we mentioned prostration. That's the first part of the Nungdro practice. And tonight we did Vajrasattva practice. That's the second part, purification. Then the third part is making offerings called mandala offerings for wealth and good health and removing obstructions to practice. And the fourth part is Guru Yoga itself, which without Guru Yoga, connecting to the mind stream, body, speech, and mind of the Lama, the attainment of the Dharmakaya nature as the essence of your mind can't be attained. So in the Guru Yoga, there are what are called the four Monoms. And these four Monoms are the body, speech, and mind of the Lama as the essence of mind or Buddha nature. And they go like this. I'll read from the text. I don't have to, but I will. With all beings as limitless space who have been our mothers, I pray to the Lama, the precious Buddha. If you said that in Tibetan, it would be Mana Gada Yampi Senchen Lama Rinpoche Laso Wa Deb So. But I think it's important to say these as Drengu Rinpoche, my teacher, said 3 times at morning and 3 times at night. So I'm going to say what the Monoms are.
I accidentally left the first one out.
That's all right. With all beings as limitless space or been our mothers, I pray to the Lama, precious Buddha. That's number 1. Number 2, with all beings as limitless space or been our mothers, I pray to the Lama, the all-pervading Dharmakaya. With all beings as limitless space or been our mothers, I pray to the Lama, the great bliss energy of the Sambhogakaya. With all beings of limitless space or been our mothers, I pray to the Lama, the loving kindness and compassion of the Nirmanakaya. So those 4 recognize the Lama as Buddha, a mature human being. That's what Buddha means. But with the knowledge to help you to move quickly from this samsaric state of pain and suffering, which we are all enduring. And as we can see on this planet, it's increasing daily. The 4 Monoms are powerful to dissipate and help us with the practice of these deity yogas in both the creation stage and the accomplishment stage of meditation. So with all beings, With all beings who have been my mothers, pervading space, we go to the Lama, precious Buddha. With all beings, my mothers, pervading space, we go to the Lama, the all-pervading Dharmakaya. With all beings who have been my mothers, pervading space, we go to the Lama, the bliss energy of the Sambhogakaya. That's the deity, any deity. With all beings who have been my mothers, pervading space, we go to the Lama, the loving kindness and compassion of the Nirmanakaya. Now, these three kayas, as the Buddha kaya, are inseparable. So you can say, with all beings, my mothers, pervading space, who have been my mothers, we go to the Lama, precious Buddha. With all beings who have been my mother, pervading space, we go to the Lama, the all-pervading Dharmakaya. With all beings of my mother's pervading space, we go to the bliss energy of the Sambhogakaya. With all beings who have been my mother's pervading space, we go to the loving kindness and compassion of the Lama as the Nirmanakaya. With all beings who have been my mother's pervading space, we go to the Lama, precious Buddha. With all beings my mother's pervading space, we go to the Lama, the all-pervading nature of mind, Dharmakaya. With all beings my mother's pervading space, we go to the Lama, the bliss energy of the Sambhogakaya. With all beings my mother's pervading space, we go to the Lama, the loving kindness and compassion of the Nirmanakaya, her teacher. And again, with all beings who have been my mothers, we go to the Lama, precious Buddha. With all beings my mother's pervading space, we go to the Lama, the all-pervading Dharmakaya. With all beings who have been my mothers, we go to the Lama, the bliss energy of the Sambhogakaya. With all beings who have been my mothers, we go to the Lama, the loving kindness and compassion of the Nirmanakaya, her teacher. So these three kayas are the ultimate nature of the body, speech, and mind of all the Lamas, all the deities, and all the Buddhas. The Dharmakaya means the void nature of everything and the essence of your mind. So this prayer is really powerful and said 3 times, morning and night, brings the essence into the practice of the Kusulu when we do the accomplishment stage of Mahamudra practice. And we use the code open, clear, naked, and vivid awareness. And in this vivid awareness is the higher states of intelligence that we are accomplishing, connecting to the mind of the Lama as the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya, and as a Buddha. So the devotion, honor, respect is necessary by seeing the Lama as using this Guru Yoga practice. Short, but very powerful.
And what about the end?
Huh?
What about the end of the practice? The Chenos.
Oh, then if you're doing this Guru Yoga formally, then you add the lineage and all the lamas who are your teachers. So in our lineage, Karmapa is the head of the Karmakagyu lineage. You say Karmapa Cheno. And you can just stay with that. Cheno means body, speech, and mind of the 3 kayas is Karmapa, is the Buddha mind of Karmapa. Cheno means Novo Netki Ku means all 3 together is the qualities 32 major and 80 minor marks of the Buddha are the qualities of the Buddha nature. And so Karmapacha no, Karmapacha no, Karmapacha no. And I include my own teachers. Kala Rinpoche no, Kala Rinpoche no, Kala Rinpoche no, Lama Rinpoche no, Lama Rinpoche no, Lama Rinpoche no, Dalai Lama no, Dalai Lama no, Lama Tenzin no, Lama Tenzin no,
Lama Tashi Cheno, Lama Tashi Cheno.
Abby the Lama Tashi no, Lama. So as many lamas as you can think of, you're connecting to. And when you call them with this Chen No, it means ultimate honor and praise to that teacher. That they're enforcing your practice. They help you because lamas don't go anywhere. Lamas don't take rebirth in the realm. Bodhisattva training school is endless. When we leave this body, it's more Bodhisattva training school in the bardo of becoming until at such time we find suitable parents on some planet somewhere in the universe to again benefit in the earth body, the Nirmanakaya. So this is highest Guru Yoga. Just that one line, seeing the Lama as a Buddha, means your practice is you to be a Buddha. A precious human being to benefit all living beings with kindness, loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight. Those four qualities are what we say the 32 major and 80 minor marks of a Buddha. That's your true nature. That's all sentient beings have that potential, but only humans can accomplish it. May all sentient by my mother's pervading space, who have been my mother's pervading space, go to the Lama, precious Buddha. That's the Mana Gada Yampe Samchen Lama Rinpoche. La so wa deb so. So take these four prayers to heart, and whenever you can, then whoever is your teacher, like my teachers, Karmapa, Dalai Lama, all these Shangri Rinpoche, Chenno, Kangchar Rinpoche, Chenno, whoever you consider to be your guru, do that with these three: Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. There's much more to Guru Yoga, but this, in these times, we have to cut directly. Then when you say this prayer, with all beings, my mothers, go to the Lama, precious Buddha. With all beings, my mother's filling, who have been my mother's filling space, we go to the Lama, the all-pervading Dharmakaya. With all beings who have been my mother's pervading space, we go to the Lama, the Sambhogakaya. With all beings who have been my mother's, we go to the Lama as an earth teacher, the Nirmanakaya of loving kindness and compassion, power and insight. We say those three times. Then sit quietly. And enter into the essence of your mind, which is naked, clear, open to the Dharmakaya. This energy of voidness is the nature of everything, your thoughts, and every realm of existence. So see the hung in your heart center, the five-colored light, and think of all sentient beings, your mothers, with this great honor, respect, and devotion to the teachers. All enters to you. Then you with the home, into the home, disappear into space. Space is like the essence of your mind. But the essence of your mind has no name. So we use the term voidness or emptiness. And then when you do that, enter the three codes. Open to the Dharmakaya nature of everything. Clear of thinking and judgmental mind. Naked in this essence of voidness, with nothing to add and nothing to take away. Relax, be present, and download the intelligent awareness of all the Buddhas. Past, present, future. Before we do the dedication prayer, I'm going to read an explanation of mirror-like wisdom on page 189 in Gangchar Rinpoche's book, Vivid Awareness. It has to do with emotional afflictions, anger, lust, jealousy, stupidity, envy, greed. Whatever your major affliction is, it says, taking them on the path. Whenever one of them arises, train your mind to recognize it immediately. And when recognizing it, don't reject it and don't accept it. Simply rest in the naturalness, which is like looking into the particular disturbing emotion's energy. At that moment, it is self-liberated. And with this technique, you have entered into the Buddha field that is called mirror-like wisdom, Aksobhaya Buddha field, which is the one we use for Vajrasattva. But now that's just one way of using mirror-like wisdom. You could do this with anything that is causing you ill health, physically, mentally, emotionally. This is how you bring it onto the path. Recognition, recognizing, actually recognizing is two words. Recognizing, it means rethinking it. Take away the subject-object dichotomy and look directly at whatever sickness is the problem, whatever emotional affliction is the problem, whatever outside disturbance, inside physical, mental, emotional, isolate it. Then blend it in with the essence of your natural mind, not the drama mind. That's called mirror-like wisdom. And that's one of the 5 Dhyana Buddha family. This book is extremely helpful. Now we dedicate the virtue of this practice session tonight to the benefit of all our mothers, all who have been our mother's pervading space. By the blessing of the 3 bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by having realized Mahamudra, by having the knowledge that the Dharma is unchanging, Gewa Di Nurdu Da, Chagya Chempo Jugurne, Joa Chinking Malupa, Te Salama Goparsho, Sanjay Kusum, Nimpai Jim La Choni Maker Ribim, Pai Jim La Kendu Miche Dum Pai Jim La Ki, Chita Goma Monom Ju Parsho. By the virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may I quickly establish every being without a single exception in that state. By the blessings of the 3 bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of the Dharma itself being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of us, the Sangha, being unwavering, may this dedication and prayer be accomplished. May all beings have happiness, and the cause of happiness be established in bliss through our practice, and accomplish emotional stability, equanimity. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity. May all their wishes be fulfilled. Thank you. Duchiche. Mahalo. Mil gracias. And aloha.